Hello everyone, I'm JD Nitro. This is Nitro News, where I talk about random news stories from around the internet, and this time I have a messed up story out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. At 2:30 in the morning, a 29-year-old man identified by police as Dylan Majo was seen outside of a home naked while looking into a young girl's window. Now when Majo gets caught, he goes to run. The girl's father, Emilio Chavez III, his son, and son's friend all run after Majo, and according to the family, Majo threw the first punch, and then the father proceeds to put a good old-fashioned and well-deserved street beating on Majo. Now, Majo was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, here's where the story just gets screwed up, and it's downright stupid in my opinion. The Albuquerque DA's office has charged the father with aggravated battery, which is a felony. Now, this is just stupid. You find a naked man outside your house peeking in to your daughter's window. What are you going to do? I mean, your immediate gut reaction is going to be get a hold of him and beat him into submission. Now, Majo will face charges of criminal voyeurism when he comes out of the hospital, which, if convicted, he'll only get 2 years. That should be a little bit longer in my opinion. Now, to be realistic, I think the father will be acquitted of the charges simply because I find it hard to believe that there is a jury anywhere in this country who would convict a father who beat a pervert for peeking in at his daughter. I mean, let's be honest here. He was naked in the bushes. We have no idea what Majo was getting ready to do. And of course, I'm always interested in your opinion, especially if you're a parent in this instance. What would you do in this situation? Remember, naked man outside your home peeking in at one of your kids. What do you do? Please leave your answer down in the comments or do a video response. Either way, I'd like to know. And now I want to answer one of your guys' questions. This question comes from YouTube user Parasite092 who says, "Yo JD, I want to know what's your opinion of Obama wanting to bomb Syria?" Well, first, thanks for sending in your question, Parasite. I do, however, want to point out the latest news on Syria, and that is Assad has agreed to put his chemical weapons under international control. So it looks like for the moment we won't be bombing Syria, but to answer your question, I think the whole notion is completely stupid. I mean, President Obama, a Nobel Peace Prize winning president, wants to bomb a country that has not done anything hostile towards the U.S. or our allies. So that would be an act of war on our part. And we would also be setting off what is literally a Middle Eastern powder keg. I mean, granted, Assad is not a good guy, but Syria is in the middle of a civil war. You have the rebel forces trying to overthrow the government. That is not a matter for the U.S. to interfere in. That's none of our concern. Okay, because when you think about it, no one in the mainstream media has brought this up. No one in the alternative media that I'm aware of has brought this up, so I'm going to bring it up. If the shoe were on the other foot, the U.S. government would do the exact same thing. What am I talking about? Think about it for a minute. Let's pretend that you have a group of American citizens and they're just sick and tired of what the U.S. government is doing, the unconstitutional things, the almost and sometimes illegal things that our government does, and they're sick and tired of it. So what do? They gather to themselves men and supplies and guns, and they attempt to overthrow the U.S. government. Do you think for 2 seconds that the President and Congress are just going to show themselves the door? No. The National Guard would be mobilized, and they would probably be directed by the Department of Homeland Security, and the order would be simple: crush this domestic terror threat. So, under similar circumstances, yes, the United States government would kill its own people. Therefore, we have no business meddling in Syria. I mean, this whole thing stems from a bipartisan train of thought. Both the Republicans and the Democrat parties seem to think the same way on this issue, and that is the United States of America is supposed to be some sort of global police force. We're supposed to ride forth into all the world and right every wrong and every atrocity being committed by these authoritarian dictators. That's not what we're supposed to do. We need to leave it alone unless these authoritarian dictators do something hostile towards us or one of our allies. That's my opinion on it. And that's going to do it for this installment of Nitro News. I am JD Nitro. I always appreciate when you guys like, comment, and subscribe, the official order for doing things, because it helps out the show and lets me know you care. Thanks for watching. I'm out.